Hey guys, Mark the Mentor here, back with another video. In this video, we're going to do a deep dive analysis on commercial auto insurance pertaining to box trucks. It's all trucking insurance. All this stuff is pretty much the same for commercial insurance across all different niches, whether you're in a cargo van, semi-truck, or a box truck. But I'm primarily talking to box truck owner operators. All right. So we're going to do a deep dive analysis in this video as it pertains to commercial insurance. This video is going to be sponsored by LogRock. Click the link down in the description. If you are looking for commercial auto insurance, you're coming into the box truck business, you need commercial insurance, click the link in the description, and the good guys over at LogRock will help you out. All right, let's get into this this analysis. So, like I said, we're going to do a deep dive analysis on commercial insurance. I want to cover from cargo to auto liability to general liability, risk mitigation. I want to talk about what every policy covers, how to avoid cancellations, how to shop for better rates, and how to protect your company. All right. So when you come into the business, you're going to hear most companies are going to require three things, or the FMCA is going to require three things. It's going to require general liability, commercial auto, and commercial cargo insurance. All right. So auto liability and physical damage, that is going to fall under your commercial auto, cargo, right? And then your GL, which is going to be your general liability. All right. What are you actually paying for? All right. So the auto liability part of the auto part is going to be the injury and the coverage if you get into an accident for somebody else's equipment. So if, let's say, you're at fault and you hit someone, then the auto liability part is going to cover it, similar to what you have for your personal car. Same thing with injury. The physical damage is what covers your truck, right? Not wear and tear. That's maintenance. I talk to a lot of novice who are in the game and they think their insurance covers wear and tear, and it does not. Only accidents. So the physical damage is going to cover if anything happens to your truck as far as an accident is concerned. The liability is going to cover the other party injury and or their vehicle. Cargo insurance is going to cover damage to the freight when in transport. All right, when in transport. All right. General liability pretty much covers lawsuits. Sometimes, depending on what niche, like if you're doing final mile, it may cover like some property damage and things of that nature. It does not cover accidents. All right. All right. Deductibles, I call them the silent killer. High deductibles equal lower premiums. Low deductibles equal higher cost, right? So the lower your deductible is, like I've always had $1,000 deductible, the higher you're going to pay. If you want to pay a higher deductible, which a lot of people don't, it's going to lower the premium. So if you want your premium to be lower, just be prepared that, you know, if an accident does occur, you're going to be paying a higher deductible. All right. Typical ranges of deductibles are anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000. I've always had $1,000 deductible per incident, paid per incident before coverage kicks in. So for instance, say you get into an accident and your truck goes into the shop, the insurance is going to cover it. Whatever the difference is. So since I have $1,000 deductible, let's say the damages are 10 grand, right? The insurance is going to pick up 9 grand. And then when they call and say, hey, Mark, the truck is ready, when I go to pick it up that day, I'm going to cut the body shop a check for $1,000. All right. How claims kill your renewal? Claim history, higher premiums or renewals, right? Frequent claims, small claims. All right. So your claim history. Do you have a lot of claims? Are you getting into accidents, you know, frequently? If you're doing, let's say, local work in your box truck, is there a lot of damage claims to property? Like if you're doing final mile, how frequent are they, right? Because these are things that underwriters look for when they're, you know, writing the policy, or if they're going to approve and give you a policy. Small claims. And this is something that I tell a lot of the final mile guys. small claims you got to pay out of your pocket. If you're going to enter into a niche like final mile, or even let's say moving, but let's just stick to final mile, you're going to come across claims. It's inevitable. You can't, it's just and I'm not being negative, just a guy that's been in the business a long time. Eventually you're going to miss a step, you're going to nick a wall, you're going to damage something. Nobody's perfect. It's going to happen eventually. Small claims, you pay out of pocket. You never file on your insurance for a claim. So, for instance, what's considered a small claim? A couple grand is a small claim. If you're doing final mile delivery, and let's say you are delivering a refrigerator that's $3,000, and it gets damaged as you're trying to deliver it, then that $3,000 claim is not something that you want to file a claim for. It's something that you're going to pay out of pocket. The 3PL will probably set you up on a payment plan and deduct it every settlement period, unless you tell them just take it all out at once, right? You don't want to put a $3,000 claim on your insurance. You don't want to put a $5,000 claim on your insurance. It's not worth it. It's going to cost you more in the long run to put something that small on your insurance, because what's going to end up happening is your premium's going to go up at renewal, or they're just going to drop you. It's just the way it is. And if you're new coming into the business and you're just not used to commercial insurance because you've just been used to personal insurance, commercial insurance is a totally different thing. $3,000, $4,000, $6,000, $7,000 are still considered small claim. I've only had to file one claim in my career, and it was for $55,000, and that's why I had to file it, because I wasn't going to pay 55 grand out of my pocket. But I paid $3,000 claim. I've gotten people's floors redone, right? Floor claims are probably one of the scariest things you got to worry about, especially if you're in a niche in the box truck industry where you're going into people's homes. So I've had to redo floors. Obviously, we've had to do patch and paint. We've had to do carpet cleaning, things of that nature, all come out of the pocket because, like I said, in a niche like Final Mile, where there's more opportunity for claims because you're dealing with the goods, and you're also entering into a person's home. There's a more opportunity for claims, and if you accrue so many claims throughout the year, it's inevitable your premium's going to go up, and more times than not, they're just going to drop you, right? So you have to be mindful of that when you are, out here working in the field when it comes to insurance. All right. Risk mitigation and rate reduction. All right. How can you mitigate risk? All right. One, have dash cams, right? You want a front plus a driver, right? So you want one facing out in case of an accident. So if you're not at fault, you have some proof where you can fight it. And then you also want to have one facing the driver so you can see what your driver is doing at all times, right? Maintenance logs. All right. You want to make sure that you have maintenance logs, driver training. Here's something that, when I talk to a lot of new owner operators that put drivers out, they don't train them. You need to train the drivers. If you just hire a driver and you just give them the keys and you push them out there and you don't go out on the road and observe them, then you can't really, hold them accountable for the dumb stuff that they may do out over the road that's ultimately costing you money and will affect your insurance if you didn't go out there and train them on how you want things done in your company. Even if a person comes with experience from another company, that's the company that they work for. You know what I'm saying? If you work at Walmart, right, and you quit Walmart after 5 or 10 years and you go over to Target, even though they're both big box retailers, they both have their own operating practices, right? So Target is still going to train you. Even though you have experience from Walmart, they're going to still train you on the way they want things done, right? So you have to train new drivers on the way you want things done for your company. All right. Load securement, and make sure you guys have SOPs, standard operating procedures, right? Practices. All right. No claims equals good discounts or discounts in general. So you want to prevent claims. All right. You don't want to have claims. So if you follow these steps above to help mitigate risk right, then it will help reduce the possibility of claims. So dash cams nowadays is pretty much a must. You want one facing out onto the road, and then you want one on the driver so you can monitor. You want to have your maintenance logs. You want to do your driver training, right, to ensure that the drivers are trained to your standards. Load securement, you want to make sure you have those SOPs, all right, because you want to get those discounts. All right, fleet discounts and bundles. Obviously, when you get to that second truck, then you can start inquiring, right, about fleet discounts. Uh, Bundle with general liability. And in most cases, if you get all three policies under the same company, so for instance, general liability, um, commercial auto, and commercial cargo, let's say you get all three under, let's say, Progressive, they may give you a bundle discount. Um, and I'm gonna give you some more sauce a little bit later on about that. And that's pretty much this here, the same provider, leverage equals savings. I think I've never had all the same, right? I've always had acuity for general liability. I've had Grange for commercial auto and cargo, until I had that one claim for 55,000, and sure enough, we got dropped, and then we went over to Mercury for commercial auto and National Fire and Liability for cargo. And you can split it up. It's all up to your broker on how they want to save you money. In a lot of cases, if you're all under that one umbrella, you can get a bundle saving, but not all the time. All right, it all depends. All right, so shop insurance like a pro. So first thing you want to do, and I should have put this in another order, first thing you want to do is use transportation specific brokers, or broker that knows the transportation industry. I wouldn't recommend shopping for insurance on your own, because you're going to only end up with Progressive or maybe Bybird. Progressive will let you go onto their website and do everything on your own. And most new entrants that come into the business, this is where they mess up, and they end up spending a lot more money than what they have to. So make sure you get a broker, all right, a broker, a commercial broker that can shop for you. Make sure you ask about exclusions. What won't be covered in the policy? You want to know that, all right? Check if they specialize in box trucks. Make sure the broker has some type of, certification or knowledge on brokering insurance in the trucking industry. It doesn't necessarily have to be box trucks. It just needs to be in the trucking industry. If you know someone in your market that is in trucking, get a referral for a broker. All right, get a referral. See if you can get a referral first before you go around trying to Google brokers. All right, so let's talk about avoiding the cancellation traps. I know I talked a little bit about it earlier. One is missed payments. Once you get into business, you can't miss a payment. All right, it's irresponsible. They're gonna send a notification immediately to the FMCSA, and you're gonna lose your authority. All right, if you miss a payment, you can't be running commercial freight without commercial insurance. All right, undisclosed changes. If anything happens, or if anything occurs, like address changes and things of that nature, you need to update your broker or your insurance company right away on the changes, right? Because they may have to change something in the policy. You may have to pay more, whatever the case may be, depending on what needs to be changed. And that also could be drivers, right? A lot of times, I don't know if people forget to contact their broker or the insurance company that, maybe a driver quit and they hired a new driver. So you have to let the insurance company know anytime anything changes, right? So if a driver quits, you have to notify them that this driver is no longer working here, so that they can take them off the policy. If you hire a new driver, you have to let them know. If you got a new driver and you forget to update them, or you just don't update them, and now this guy gets into an accident, they're not going to cover it, and they're going to drop you because you got a driver who's not listed on the policy driving a commercial vehicle, right? So they will drop you for that, all right? So be careful and make sure that you update them when you make any changes, right? Fraudulent claims, I don't know why anybody would want to make a fraudulent claim but it happens. All right, not indicative of a good business person. I wouldn't do it if I were you. Driving history, this is very important. If you are hiring new people, you want to do a MVR check to see what type of points they got. If this person is already working for you and they're accruing points while they're already listed on the policy, this is a good reason why the insurance may drop you when it's time to renew. So you want to make sure you're monitoring, your driver's driving record, because a lot of the times the things may not occur while they are working for you. I got a guy that's in my Discord. He had 2 speeding tickets and an accident already this year, right? So, but it was all on his own time. He wasn't in the box truck. So, you need to be monitoring your driver's MVR, because you don't know what they're doing on their own personal time. Because now when it's time to renew your insurance and then they run it, then you find this out that this guy had 2 accidents and an accident in his personal car and he has these points, but now you're getting dropped because he's listed on the policy and you haven't been monitoring his MVR throughout the year. All right. And too many claims. All right. Obviously, the more claims that you have, the more liability, and insurance is a business, right? They want to make money off you, right? And I think that's what a lot of people forget. The less claims, the better. If you keep filing claims, now they're losing money on you, and it doesn't make good business for them any longer. So the probability of them dropping you with having a multitude of claims is going to be high. The insurance industry is a business. Yes, they're there to help you in your time of need, but they don't want to help you often. They have to make money off you. And when you put them in the red, then you're not a good investment for them any longer, and they will drop you. All right. So my final thoughts: know your policies, right? Save for deductibles, especially if you want lower premiums and you're going for those higher deductibles because you want to pay less monthly. Just know if something happens, you have to have money set to the side for those higher deductibles. Avoid unnecessary claims. Don't be filing stuff that you should be paying out of pocket. All right. So you need to make sure that you have money for incidentals and claims. All right. And train your guys well, train your drivers well, so you're not having these claims in the first place. Insurance is your business partner. They're there to help you in the time of need, but don't get it twisted. They will cut you off when you become a liability to them and you're not a profitable client for them. I hope you found value in this video. If so, make sure you click the like button, share the video, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Peace. Wish insurance was this easy? With LogRock, it's like magic. Real coverage appears when you need it. No tricks. Get covered now. Click the link in the description.